round at number 6. He's playing against Eric Flickinger. We got a blue-red twin mirror. These are always fun to watch because it's almost like players completely sidestep the combo and try to play a control game on both sides.
Sure.
BBD coming in with a Snapcaster Mage as we head back Eric's way. He'll draw an island for the turn. It appears as though Brian has missed some land drops at this stage, as Eric will play a land. Brian will draw a card and just attack again for maybe 2. But Eric is going to stop him from doing that. Eric's life total is a little low. You see the life totals here 16-10 in favor of Brian.
Yeah, you saw Eric there. He was thinking about saving a couple points of life total by basically cycling the Cryptic command, which it really stinks if you lose the game with Cryptic commands in your hand.
Yeah.
But it also stinks to get so little value out of such a powerful card.
The thing that's a little bit scary, right, is when you're playing against a blue-red deck, you generally want to stay, it feels like to me, above 9 because of Bolt and Snapcaster.
Yep.
So you try to stay at a pretty high life total. Brian going to show his hand here: a Cryptic Command, a Splinter Twin, a Rending Volley, a Remand, and a Snapcaster Mage.
A bit of everything there.
Yeah. Splinter Twin showing that he's left some amount of the combo in, some permission that he's chosen not to counter Vendilion Click with. He's also chosen not to Rending Volley with Vendilion Click's effect on the stack. Leads me to believe he's got something going on in the graveyard that he's happy with from the Snapcaster Mage. So also he could just be fine saying, all right, let's just trade.
Sure.
Snapcaster Mage is the selection.
He still has the option to Rending Volley here if he wants to.
Yep. Looks like he's going to take that option. So Rending Volley going to take care of Vendilion Click. Snapcaster will come across for 2. Looks like Flickinger is going to fall down to 6 as we head back Eric's way. Misty Rainforest. Pass that turn over to Brian. Brian will draw. He'll attack again, or at least try to. Now we're going to see the Cryptic Command that Eric kind of wanted to cast before. Looks like Remand's going to get full value there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Remand is basically a time walk.
There's an attack for 2 more. Flickinger going to fall down to 4. Misty Rainforest there for Brian. We head back Eric's way. He'll draw a card. See both these players 4-1 here in Cincinnati. And Eric can tell he's in some real trouble right now.
Yeah.
On the upkeep, he'll play Cryptic Command. Feels like this is a tap draw scenario.
For sure, and BBD can choose to fight over this if he wants to, or he could just say, hey, I still get to attack again next turn.
Yeah, if you're him in that spot because he has another copy of Remand, are you fighting over that? Or are you okay just saying, you know what, we can just keep playing the game at this pace?
You know, I think Brian probably wants to be cautious. He's got this game well in hand, and he doesn't want to trip up, fight over something silly, something that's very trivial, and have his opponent just combo him out.
Sure. At that stage, it feels like the Cryptic Command doesn't really matter all that much.
Correct.
He does get another card deeper into his deck, which is great and everything, but you know, Brian's got some kind of magic. Also, Brian isn't working with the amount of mana that Eric is. So that changes things a little bit, too.
Definitely.
Brian will draw. He started to work himself into the more expensive portion of his deck now, Keranos and such. Here's Cryptic Command. There's a copy of Remand. Spell Snare going to go after that.
And this is the type of fight that BBD might be scared of getting involved in. This counter war back and forth. His opponent still has 3 mana up. You know, he doesn't want to tap out here.
If he taps out, he just die. Makes sense.
Well, it's pretty doubtful, but he's got the game so well in hand that he doesn't need to risk anything.
Spell Snare is going to resolve on Remand. Now this is kind of what you talked about. This is a little risky. Remand going to go after the Cryptic. Here comes Snapcaster Mage. He's going to sack the fetch, fall down to 1. This is interesting if he has Exarch or Pestermite. Could take this game out of nowhere.
It would be interesting.
All right, just going to search with Steam Vents. So just thinking the deck of a land to try to increase the quality of the draw step for the turn, as right now, 2 and 1, there's no difference.
Yeah, basically the same life total.
Big draw step here. Flickinger will draw. There's the Misty Rainforest.
I'm not sure about playing the Misty Rainforest there.
Care to share?
If he has a Desolate Lighthouse in his deck,
Okay.
it's just a resource that could be in his hand to be utilized later.
Sure.
And he can't sacrifice it.
Yep. Now that's off the table. There's a Lightning Bolt to take care of Snapcaster Mage. Back over to Brian. Splinter Twin the draw. Eric Flickinger at 1 life, trying to hold on 1 card now.
Brian has put himself in a spot here where he doesn't want to tap out for that Keranos, knowing he's just going to walk head on into the Cryptic Command.
Oh, this is interesting. Eric kind of thinking, I'm not sure if I want to attack, but I don't think he can play around anything. I think he's dead to just so much stuff that he can't afford to play around anything.
If there were Pestermites or Deceiver Exarchs, they would just tap it down anyway.
Yeah. So I just like to keep on attacking. And now, turnabout is fair play.
Yep.
And Brian going to pick up a copy of Serum Visions. He'll sacrifice that fetch land, fall down to at least 11, maybe more than that. There's Serum Visions. Draw a card, Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster's a good one.
Lightning Bolt's going to go on top.
Also a good one. Very cheap threats. You know, he can cast his threats and cast some counter spells.
Didn't get a great look at the draw there. We know that Eric has a copy of Cryptic Command. Here's 4 mana. Splinter Twin. Huh.
I like it.
Get a little crafty. Brian does have a Cryptic Command of his own in hand right now. He's just kind of trying to figure out right now, I think, what's the best way to engage.
Well, and knowing what's in his hand and on top of his deck, he's actually inclined to start a counter war here. Mm-hmm. Have his opponent tap most of his resources, and then be able to just untap and Lightning Bolt him.
Yep. There's Cryptic Command. Draw a card. That's on there. And right now, Eric has access to 1 mana. He can't stop everything. Brian going to take a look at the graveyard just to make sure he knows exactly what Flickinger is working with.
He's bluffing 2 mana, but that Misty Rainforest isn't fooling anyone.
It's a good try. That's for sure. Now the question is Flickinger going to activate the Splinter Twin on his own turn? Maybe do a little bit of cantripping. It looks like he's considering it.
Well, and you get a token that gets to attack for 2.
Yeah. But no move made, and Brian will draw that Lightning Bolt. And he's going to start by casting Lightning Bolt. And that's going to do it. Brian Braun-Duin is going to win this match over Eric Flickinger 2-1. The Blue-Red Twin Mirror does go to BBD. He moves on to 5-1 here in Cincinnati. So a great start for him.